want to talk about the nominated licensee in charge status. Now, this is a question we're probably getting 20 times a day, if not more. In CPD classes, we're getting it daily. So, and what's happening is Fair Trading have sent out some correspondence. Now, this is about so they can have a transition. There are businesses operating in New South Wales that have more than one office. And at this point in time, under the current legislation and current Act and regulations, so, for another 6 or 7 weeks, this is what we got, that at every place of business, so you might have 5 offices or 2 offices or 25 offices, there has to be a nominated licensee in charge. As of the 23rd of March, you can have one licensee in charge of that one corporation that has 2, 5, 25 offices or branches or whatever you want to call them. So that one nominated licensee in charge is that one person who's responsible for everything that's happening within that business. Now that's fine. In terms of how you supervise and how you meet the requirements of Section 32 of the Act, in terms of making sure what happens within your agency it meets all of the supervision guidelines. You might have a senior licensed person, even someone who will hold a Class 1 license under the new structure. That will be the senior person at each one of those branches. But there is, as far as Fair Trading is concerned, there is one nominated licensee in charge. So the correspondence that's been going out to businesses is about nominating who is that one person, because that business might have 5 or 6 if they've got 5 or 6 locations. So it's about nominating that one person. Now that needs to be done by the 1st of March. So, that's less than a month away. So that's less than 4 weeks away. So guys, if you have not responded to Fair Trading with that, you need to do so. So, this is about nominating who will be the licensee in charge of your business. Now, this is also not just if you're a corporation. So if you're a proprietary limited company, that's fine. You're holding a corporation, a property services corporation license against your proprietary limited company, and you are the nominated licensee in charge of that corporation. But there's many businesses in New South Wales that aren't proprietary limited companies. They're operating as either partnerships or they're operating as sole traders. And many of those sole traders, so they're running very small businesses, and they run their business under an individual license, not under a corporation license. So they've advised Fair Trading of their business name. So if you're a sole trader, you need to provide Fair Trading with details of your trading name, and obviously who is the licensee in charge. So if there's one of you, well, clearly it's you. If there's 3 of you, then you need to nominate who is that licensee in charge. And it might be your business and you're the licensee in charge, and that's always been how you've operated. And you may well run a trust account under that, and under a business name or under your personal individual name. But you must tell Fair Trading. Now, the email for that, it's all on the Fair Trading site, but it's really easy email address to remember. It's propertylicensing@customerservice.nsw.gov.au. Anything New South Wales government's always nsw.gov.au. So it's propertylicensing@customerservice.nsw.gov.au. So you need to tell them by the 1st of March. I can't emphasise that enough. Please, you've got to do it. I mean, there's pathways for people to get to a Class 1 licence, but this is about, and whether you've held a licence for the last 2 years, you'll be able to apply for a Class 1 licence. If you're the nominated licensee in charge, you'll be able to apply for a Class 1 licence without all of the experience and diploma requirements. But that's not what this is about. This is not about the application process for a Class 1 licence. This is about nominating as registering as the nominated licensee in charge of a business. You've got to tell them. Please don't miss that. Otherwise, they're not, particularly for you sole traders, they're not going to know that unless you nominate it.